So I apologize ahead of time if there's a lot of background sound going on, if you pick up on any of that. I'm going to try to do my best to remove it, but it seems like everybody and their neighbor is mowing the lawn today, or weed whacking, or trains are going by. There's a lot of noise this lovely day in Buffalo, New York. I decided to do a Finding Dory inspired Copic illustration. I did a tutorial about how to draw a clownfish earlier, I think it was last week. If you're interested, you can go check that out. And I had mentioned in that tutorial that I was thinking I'd like to do something a little more in depth with Copic markers. So here I am, I actually did it. I wasn't sure if I was going to, but here I am. This took me about an hour to do. I'm just basically using Copic sketch markers. I've got some Crayola pencil that's very vaguely used, and Staedtler fineliner pens. So you'll see all of those being used. I'm using the RENDR no-show sketchbook that a lot of people use on YouTube. It seems to be working really well. It really doesn't show through. It's kind of amazing. I actually did go and see Finding Dory last weekend. I went and saw it at the drive-in, and I was pretty pleased with it. I mean, when you're dealing with sequels, it's kind of difficult because they're very risky, especially with something like Finding Nemo, because I remember when that first came out and it was so good. Pixar was really starting to hit their stride, and they had, I believe, already released some things like A Bug's Life and Toy Story 2, but Finding Nemo was something special. It was something that really stood out, like that was really good. And I actually remember when it came out on DVD, it was during that time when they were just starting to introduce DVDs, and I remember going to back when we had video stores and you'd go rent a DVD, I went to the video store and there was only one copy left, and I was like too old to be fighting for this DVD rental, but I saw this kid coming towards it and I had to beat that kid, so I like raced towards the one and I snatched it off the shelf, and then I came home and I watched it and it was so good, and I watched it all by myself. For some reason, none of my family members were around, like I think my parents were upstairs or something, and I was just sitting on the couch by myself enjoying the crap out of this movie about this little clownfish. So I absolutely love it. I love any animations, really. I went to school for animation, if you didn't already know that. Me and my husband both have degrees with computer animation, so this is right up our alley. We always catch almost every animated movie that comes out. I was really happy that in Finding Dory, they didn't overuse too many of the same old characters. They did introduce a couple of new ones that were really funny. I really liked the beluga whale Bailey. I thought he was really funny. I was worried at the beginning because they were bringing back some of the old characters and they were starting to bring back quite a few, and I was like, don't get too carried away now, Disney. But luckily, they did end up introducing a lot more new ones, so I was pretty happy with that. I didn't stay for the second movie at the drive-in because I struggled to stay up past 11 anymore, even on a weekend, and we had actually already seen it. It was Zootopia that was playing, so we just headed home after that. I really liked it. I thought this drawing was really fun to do. I was basically just guessing the whole time. This whole thing is just me slapping colors in here and there, especially with the stuff in the back that's kind of supposed to be a gesture of an idea of shapes back there. Going into this, I had no technique in mind. I was just slapping different colors in and making odd shapes and then adding little highlights here and there and seeing what came of it. In the end, I was actually pretty pleased. I apologize if some of the time the majority of the drawing is to the right of the screen. When you're drawing and you're getting kind of carried away with it and you have the camera sitting there but you're not really paying attention to what it's doing, it's easy for it to just kind of start sliding away and slipping away from you and you don't even realize it. So I don't know if any of you are still in school. I would hope not by this time. I do know that when I was in grade school, our school didn't let out until the end of June. Not like June 30th, but actually right about now. This would have been my first week of summer vacation, which is pretty sad to say because a lot of kids are lucky and get to be out by early June. But I think why that happened was partially because of snow days, even though we rarely ever have snow days here, and partially because with the beginning of my schooling, the spring break would be 2 weeks long, which was really nice. And then when I was in high school, they actually switched it and made something called February break, where we had a break for spring break, which was in March or April, and then we also had a week off in February, which is wonderful because February is one of those months where you really need a break in the middle of the winter, especially in a snowy area like Buffalo. It's like exactly what you want. I don't know, take it or leave it. It kind of sucked that our summer didn't start until the end of June, but at the same time, it's not super nice here until mid-June anyway, so I guess we didn't really miss out that much. But I hope if you are on summer vacation, if you are still in school, that you are enjoying yourself and you're taking advantage of the nice weather and you're going outside, because summer is but a wisp of air that floats away without you even realizing it. So go outside, enjoy the sunshine, wave down the ice cream man, go swimming, climb trees, do whatever. Have fun. I am just about done with this drawing. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. As usual, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. And let me know in the comment section below, have you seen this movie yet? What did you think? Do you think it was as good as the first one? Do you think it was better than the first one? Do you even care about this movie? Well, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. And then we'll go in and go a little darker with the branch so we can see it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little color in this, and then we'll see how it goes.